How was lunch? Thumbs up who liked it.
We always like to do early, so we kind of are definitely on time, and a great audience, great speakers. We are really delighted, and as conference organizers, we're now going to be very tired. These things happen all the time. When we had the first conference, we had a combination of an airline strike in Frankfurt and a very bad weather in Italy. So the night before the conference, it looked like nobody international popped up whatsoever. But they popped up one after the other with the green in their face, so it was a bad start. Last year it was quite okay, this year it was even better. And we hope you enjoy the conference. We want to make a couple of practical remarks and some concluding remarks.
So this is some takeaways, what we believe is from this conference, and of course after that we would also like to hear from you, from the audience, what are key takeaways for yourselves, so we can incorporate that into the slide, so we can then put it up on the conference website if you don't mind. But the key thing that we, after all the keynotes, we say, yes, we seem to all agree that open standards do lead and they imply innovation thrive.
We also noticed that everybody agrees that licensing and governance strategy is key success factors in open source communities. We were left a little bit with the feeling that this is very complicated, but I think a couple of speakers also made the point that so it is in proprietary software. So we believe that we shall try to educate ourselves. We will certainly, from the MARSEC side, try to make things simple and clear. So it should be a scary phenomenon, that we should be aware of that this is an area we need to understand what we're doing before we actually enter into commercial products.
Yes, we also heard from Phil, from Black Duck Software, that MARSEC-XL and MARSA is the first super community for the maritime industry, and we found it very, very interesting and promising. It proves that what is really needed, what is happening now, is domain specificity. So we are first domain specific middleware in the maritime industry, which is open source, and I really like the super community part.
We also dare to say that MARSA can, we have to underscore, can become the platform for global navigation as a standard. We would like to underscore again that MARSA is not ours. MARSA belongs to the MARSA community, and you are all wholeheartedly invited to become a member of the MARSA community and have an impact. It's free, it's fun, it actually is so that it becomes better the more community members we have, and the more activity we have, and the more delay we have. So this is a true global, we hope, effort. We met one of the first and foremost contributors this morning, Grady. He's definitely not going to leave this alone. He's going to look at what we're doing and help out and try to give their money with it. We have an Italian guy that I hope to pop up, but he has some travel restrictions, a young fellow that we haven't met, that has developed load balancing algorithms and the like for to balance the load between computers in the private cloud. Very, very, very talented guy. So we hope that by this effort we can become so convincing as a de facto standard, hopefully with large companies supporting us, and through this it will become a viable proposition for future's real standard.
Getting back to Grady's comments, not to preempt anything, but it was really remarkable that you mentioned MARSA as such a classic example of what is happening in the development of computing science. So we really do want to get into this BBC program, so help us out so we can really have a footprint on that as making computing science history for the maritime industry.
We are delighted that innovation is becoming key in the EU Horizon 2020 strategy. I've been in contact with projects with Europe and things since FP5, FP6, FP7, and I've been quite often thinking that it's been an awful lot of SME talk, it's been an awful lot of entrepreneur talk, and it's been an awful lot of IT talk, but the innovation part hasn't been as clear as I think it is now, because it's not only about focusing on those entities, what are these entities actually going to do. So we certainly hope that from our standpoint we can contribute to innovation in the next 5-10 years here in Europe and beyond.
Let me add here, Jean-Pierre told us innovation is about making things happen. Well, we hope that we're trying to show you that we are actually doing things here. Things are actually happening. What we really are after is first do this, then brag about it, then talk about it. Most of the time it is the other way around. People just talk and they have great plans and everything is fine, but without actually making it happen, it's not going to happen. So there's no innovation before it has actually happened and put into a real product, a real service.
So we have decided that there will be another IOOI Openness Conference next year, 17-18 October 2013 here. So mark your calendars and book your flights. The dot is because, as you know, the first conference was called IOOI Open Source. It felt quite appropriate. This one is IOOI Open Innovation. We do not think maybe it's a very bright plan to get into the idea of changing the last word every year.
But that we'll learn over the past year.
Yes, because this is a dynamic situation, so we're looking at what is happening now. What are priorities, what can we learn from other conferences, from other organizations, from industry. And it will probably become clear to us in the next few months what the will be. And you are welcome to propose.
And the final dot over the I, both Geir and Dan-Uwe, I think, managed to wrap it up really nicely. We talked a lot about openness and innovation and everything, but we shall not forget that less is more. Let's keep it simple. Let's make it happen. Thank you very much. So, any now points from the audience that would like to add to the key takeaways, please? Of course, always send it later. Now, just final wrap up here, what is going to happen ahead and what are our priorities for next year?
Yes, the key thing, as we said in the very beginning, is now to get the community to grow further. We are going to complete our licensing strategy. We're going to work a lot on the governance and hosting long term, because this is turning into a global initiative. We're not saying that we are not happy with what we currently have created in any way, but long-term robustness is absolutely important for global adoption, and we think we have to pay some attention to that, so we don't end up with disappointing the community by not having the capacity, so to say.
Yes, we did hear from Fred today, and we do know that today MARSA in its current state is incomplete, of course, especially if we are to cater for a navigation needs. But please do not forget that MARSEC does not own MARSA. We are leading spearheading the initiative, we're hosting it still, but as Geir said, we will discuss how we're going to do this to cater for a bigger capacity. So please do contribute to those parts of MARSA that you would like to actually have and see as important.
As we mentioned, I believe in the whole forum yesterday, the real-time messaging part of MARSA will most probably be Open Mama incorporated. That's something we're working on right now to deal with. We still see that there are certain communication components that should be in place. We have detected some satellite companies and large telecom operators that have interesting stuff, and some of them are indeed active in open source, but we haven't found any open source communication components that would be suitable. There are also some proprietary small companies, innovative companies, that have very interesting technologies for automatic switching between the media and so on. So we will definitely approach them to see if they could be interested in open sourcing some of that or making their products MARSA compatible. And then finally, we urge key industry players to consider to contribute. It doesn't mean a lot of man hours, it doesn't mean a lot of intellectual property, but if we can get a few key marine players to open up some of their stuff that they will be willing to share, some contributions that they think could grow and prosper with MARSA, this will be exactly what we would love to report next year.
Yeah, here we could say probably students can agree to learn things, to learn MARSA, to learn new things is one of the best things to actually try doing it. So through logging on to the MARSEC community, looking at it, trying to help out, learning it, you're already contributing.
Now, this is what's happening after 2 minutes from now. We are available for one-to-one meetings. We have understood that the production guys here would like to start to dismantle, so we actually suggest that those that want to meet with us can come over to our office next door. So we'll meet you there. We are available until you're tired of us, but at 3 o'clock there's a bus tour, as you know, around the island, not the whole island, but to some of the key places to go. This is a sponsored gift from Malta Tourism Authority, and I think there will be a guide on board so that you get to know what you're seeing and so on. That bus will end up in Slima area, St. Julian's area, I think that's it, so you will be very close to your hotels. Tomorrow, we have, as you know, a very spectacular event, usually it is at least, here, namely the start of the Rolex Mincy race. And in the starting line, you can see the blip there with our logo line for the conference, that's where we are right now. And the starting line is a little further in the harbor. And what we propose to do is that we meet up on the tip of, what's the port called? Fort Sandelmo, also the tip of Valletta, at 10:30. Then we walk over the breakwater bridge and out as far as we can on the breakwater, because basically we'll also be heading out on the harbor and we'll make some kind of maneuver by the breakwater depending on the wind direction. Current wind direction forecast is spectacularly good. Force 5, 4 to 5 from southeast. So that means that we will have quite a lot of interesting action.
It's been a reaction.
We'll see now the weather forecast in Malta is not that easy, so we'll see tomorrow. So if you would like to join us, this will be totally informal. We'll drag with us some drinks, bring whatever you want as well, but it's not a requirement, so it's an invitation.
So make sure you wear comfortable shoes and a comfortable outfit, and don't get scared if you get a bit wet.
Although it shouldn't be raining.
Not from rain, from sea.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.